Hello, good morning, good afternoon सबैलाई. Hope everybody is doing well. अन्त यो हाम्रो प्यारिसको सेकेन्ड भ्लग सबैलाई वेलकम छ. आज हामी जाँदैछौँ घुम्नु के पो लुभ म्युजी. इट्स अ म्युजियम. इट्स फेमस फर द मोनालिसा स्माइल है. अन्त त्यो मात्रै होइन, अरू पनि धेरै छ भित्र म्युजियममा हेर्ने. लाइक नेपोलियन बोनापार्टको उयो के पो भन्छ, किङलाई गर्छ नि यसो प्रेजेन्ट गर्ने ग्राउन्डहरू, त्यस्तो सिनारियोज, त्यस्तो सिन्सहरू पनि छ अरे त्यतातिर. अन्त घुम्दै अरूहरू पनि देखाउने छु. सो लेट्स गो. हामी करेन्टली यहाँ पुटुमा छौँ. हामी अन्त पुटुमै बस्दैछौँ अहिले फर अ टाइम बिङ. किनभने वान अफ द रिजन्स म यहाँ आउनु पनि फ्रान्स इज बिकज मैले अफिस नै यहाँ मुभ गरेको छु. सो इन वान अफ दिस बिल्डिङ्स इज माई अफिस. म भन्दिनँ कुन चाहिँ हो है, हल्का फर सिक्युरिटी रिजन्स अरे. अन्त यस, अब यहाँबाट चाहिँ हामी मेट्रो पक्रिन्छौँ. इट्स ओन्ली अबाउट 4-5 स्टप्स. अन्त हामी पुग्छौँ ग्रान्ड प्यालेस. त्यहाँबाट छेउ चाहिँ इट्स ट्रुभ ए लुभ म्युजी. सो सी यू इन लुभ म्युजी. वेलकम टु द म्युजियम. अब यहाँनिर म्युजियमभित्र के छ, दिस इज अ गाइड, इङ्ग्लिसमा छ. यो सबै हामी गएर भिजिट गर्नेछौँ है त.
First this wing.
Then on wing? Why?
Because Mona Lisa is there.
Okay. No, let's go. Smile. उहाँकै स्माइल दामी रहेछ. Without wasting much time, we headed towards the Mona Lisa portrait room. And there she was, in the midst of the crowd, a beautiful Mona Lisa portrait with a beautiful smile. We have heard about Mona Lisa, the portrait. We have read about the Mona Lisa portrait. We have seen the Mona Lisa videos in various social medias. But to experience it by myself and with my lovely partner was beautiful and surreal. Right opposite to the Mona Lisa portrait, we came across this very beautiful another painting by Paolo Veronese. This depicts the wedding feast at Cana in Galilee, where Christ performed his first miracle by changing water into wine. Again, by Paolo Veronese, the biblical story of Susanna was very popular in Venice. Two old men tried to seduce Susanna when she was beaten and threatened to ruin her reputation if she rejected their advances. She resisted nonetheless, and the prophet Daniel exposed the old men as liars. The consecration of the Emperor Napoleon and the coronation of the Empress Josephine in Notre Dame Cathedral on 2nd December 1804. Now this one is one of my favorites by Jacques-Louis David. David's painting shows the ceremony at which Napoleon crowned himself and his wife, Emperor and Empress of the French, in the presence of his family, the Pope, and the dignitaries of the empire. The Burial of Atala by Anne-Louise Josette. Assisted by a hermit, the Native American Shachta buries his Christian fiancée Atala, who has poisoned herself to preserve her vow of chastity. The horror and sadness are mitigated by the Christian belief in salvation after death, suggested by the shadowy morning light that caresses the figures. The Raft of the Medusa by Théodore Géricault. After the wreck of the French frigate La Medusa in 1816, only 15 people survived of the 150 who set out on the makeshift raft. One of the very famous Liberty Leading the People by Eugène Delacroix. Buoyed by the spirit of the revolution that overthrew in 3 days the King of France, Charles X, Delacroix expressed the essence of the event without disguising its brutality. The horror of stripped corpses and the grimness of young boys bare in arms and portrayed side by side with the inspired collective uprising around liberty, at once woman of the people and embodiment of an idea. लु अब हामी कति अराउन्ड 1 आवर जस्तो भित्र घुमेर पेन्टिङ्सहरू हेरेर अब अलिकति ब्रेक लिएको छौँ. सो दिस इज क्रोके something and then a sandwich with cappuccino and the orange juice and bahiरको यस्तो ब्युटिफुल भ्यू. यो चाहिँ म्युजियमको पार्ट अफ म्युजियम नै हो. सो हामी अब अलिकति गरिहाल्छौँ है ब्रेकफास्ट. त्यसपछि मिट अगेन. ओके big one.
Ingredients के हुन्छ?
खै चिजहरू रहेछ मोजारेला माथिको त त्यसपछि भित्र अगाडि चिज त्यसपछि भित्र मिट. फर्स्ट बाइट वाइफलाई
तपाईँ खाइहाल्नुहोस्.
रेडी भयो.
फाक्छ छ नि त.
आउँछ कस्तो रहेछ लाङ्साको स्यान्डविच. मिठो. ओके. After a quick lunch, we visited to the other side of the museum, the room full of jewels and again the portraits. Lots and lots of jewelries on display, owned by the kings of the early centuries. This is the crown of King of France, Louis XV. These two sections of a bell belonging to the Duchess of Angoulême and niece of King Louis XVIII. After spending beautiful time studying the portraits and gazing helplessly at the beautiful jewels, we continued our journey towards the Greek sculpture section. The very famous Winged Victory or Nike of Samothrace by Pythagoras. The statue depicts the goddess Victory or Nike alighting on the prow of a warship. Venus de Milo is another very famous statue sculpted by Alexandros of Antioch. Carved or sculpted around the Median River about 150 BCE, it was found in pieces on the Aegean island of Melos on April 8, 1820 and was subsequently presented to King Louis XVIII. We came across various other beautiful statues sculpted in marble. There were many stories behind these statues as well. We may have not been able to capture all the moments, but the moment we spent studying, gazing through these arts were very precious. Now, let's take a walk and enjoy this beautiful piece of arts. Thank you so much for watching our vlog, the visit to Louvre Museum. And I think you got to see Kikesayo Museum Vitra. It took us around 4 hours exactly to complete the entire tour in the museum. अझै कतिवटा स्पेसेसहरू त हामी घुम्नु पनि पाइनौँ बट स्टिल तपाईँहरू इफ युआर इन्ट्रेस्टेड इन्टु आर्ट्स इफ युआर इन्टु पेन्टिङ्स इफ युआर इन्टु स्कल्पटिङ जस्तो आर्ट्सहरू इट्स रियली गुड प्लेस फर यु डु कम एन्ड भिजिट देयर आर लट्स अफ हिस्ट्री इन दिस म्युजियम बुक्समा पढेको होला भिडियोज पनि देख्नु भएको होला तर यहाँ आएर यु गेट अ चान्स टु रिलिभ दिज मोमेन्ट्स है सो त्यति भन्दै प्लिज टु कम एन्ड भिजिट दिस प्लेस signing off for today and thank you for watching once again.